Sometimes I just want to make a video and then I press record and I don't know what to say. I don't have a plan. But some people, I remember when I started this channel, I saw that there was an issue going on for some people. Some people thought that meditating every day and being very interested in awakening and having the awakening as your top priority in your life would turn you into a vegetable. That's like something to worry about for some people. And there is some truth in this. You're gonna turn into a vegetable probably for some time. I did. And I want to talk about this. This just came into my mind because I want to talk about this because some people texted me in the comments and also on social media about this one problem. I like to call it being blinded by the light. And this video is probably gonna, I'm gonna talk about something that might sound very counterintuitive to all the videos that are usually trying to convince you to meditate. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's also important to not forget your physical life. Like physically being there and interacting with the world, and keep eating healthy, keep, doing healthy stuff. Because me, few months ago, and some people who are texting me are experiencing this thing. It's like, I like to call it being blinded by the light, because you want to be in this state of peace and bliss all the time, and then when something uncomfortable happens, you're just out of balance. You're just completely out of balance, and you're triggered. Like, you're meditating, everything is peaceful, and you almost create this tolerance for peace. And then when you go back into, interacting with people, being vulnerable, being triggered, it's just gonna bring you out of balance. So this experience is gonna unvegetabilize you, if that's a word. But you know what I'm saying. Because it's gonna force you to embrace what is considered as darkness. And I'm not talking about evil, I'm talking about raw physicality, in a way. Being vulnerable and then feeling triggered. Sometimes feeling like your life is treating you unfair. All those human aspects of life. And it's a good balance, because when you're just, you don't know anything about awakening or what you really are, your true self, when you're just in life, living a person's life, then you are in this darkness and you are constantly trying to find pleasure in things, and then you are again experiencing negative stuff and you feel triggered, and then you try to find some pleasure, and you're constantly in this darkness. And then you are finding out about awakening, and then you're very into awakening, and you really hate the ego, and you really just want to be pure bliss and pure light, and you don't want to have anything to do with ego and people and all that stuff. But then that's also gonna make you suffer. Then you find this balance, because you can still participate in life and negative stuff can happen, but on a deeper level, nothing is touching your core. That's like the freedom that I want more people to experience, because when I was at work, when I wasn't meditating, I was easily triggered. And when I'm triggered, I'm not someone that is usually shouting. I'm more reserved. Just like I'm stuck in my head and I'm trying to just stay in this imaginary world. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do mechanically and, just on repeat, doing what I'm supposed to do. Then I want to go home. Then I'm just suppressing those emotions. When I'm not meditating, when I had no idea who I really am. And when I am meditating, it's just I can react to stuff like that much more appropriate, and at the same time, people that are interacting with me seem to feel that their inappropriate behavior isn't touching me. They have no power. This is the kind of balance. So you're choosing the middle way. You're not going fully to the light. You're not going fully to the darkness. You're not becoming a vegetable. You are just in balance. With one foot, you're in this reality. You know that there is only me. I am the only substance. I am the space in which things appear, in which the universe appears. With the other foot, you're here. You know you're here to have a human experience, and that's not bad. It's not an evil thing. Nothing that you have to demonize. When we are born, we are pure. We are pure. We have no ego, but then we have to develop an ego to be able to interact as humans, right? But then we totally forget our pure side. Then we're struggling. We're struggling and we're suffering and we're trying to find something and try to get a relationship or drugs and friends and people to do something for us, and even if they do it, it's not gonna fulfill us. And if it's not gonna fulfill us, and if they don't do it, then we're gonna feel disappointed. And just living as your ego is never gonna be fulfilling. But if you're completely demonizing your ego, then you're just gonna be ignorant to the fact that here is this experience of being a human being. And it's gonna cause even more suffering. It's the other kind of suffering. It's suffering from the light. Because if you're gonna ignore that you're experiencing yourself as a human, then you're not really interested in the truth. You're just interested in bliss. The truth is that you are experiencing a human experience. But at the same time, you know what this experience is made out of spirit. I like to call it spirit, you already know, but most people call it consciousness. So maybe you're gonna become a vegetable, you're gonna have a phase in which you're very depressed. But God or consciousness or spirit, or call it whatever you want, is not gonna allow you to stay very long in this period. Maybe a year, maybe 2. But then you're gonna understand at some point that you have to do stuff. You have to do stuff like work out, even though there is no purpose behind it. I had this time in my life where I really understood that things are empty. There are no things, there is no meaning. And coaches are trying to tell you that you have to know why you are doing stuff. Because the why is gonna give you power. But I'm at a point where I'm just doing it for no reason. It's just doing push-ups. Why? just because. I don't know, it's just, I know it leads to nowhere. It is just the experience of doing push-ups when I'm doing push-ups. It is not about becoming a real man, a more muscular man, it's not about becoming more successful or this or that. Not anymore. It's just a story. If you're watching a video, then you're just watching a video. If you're doing push-ups, you're doing push-ups. If you're writing something, you're writing something. Doesn't need to have a reason. But this body-mind just works in such a way that when you are interacting with people and participating in life and doing some stuff that feel hard to do, then you will feel more alive, and it will give you some kind of balance that you need to not lose yourself in the line and become blinded by it. This is basically what I want to share. I don't know why. Alright. So this is like very counterintuitive in a way, because sometimes, you know, the spiritual ego is going to tell you have to meditate and overcome the ego completely. At a certain point, it's going to feel more comfortable to meditate and less comfortable to take a walk outside. So when you feel this, instead of meditating, go take a walk outside. This is a better spiritual practice, trust me, because it's just not what your ego wants. Sometimes it's counterintuitive, and at some point you're going to lose those rules. There are no rules anymore. You're just going to feel intuitively what's the path. There is no path you can write down in a book. The path is, it's not even in the heart, it's not in the mind, it's not in a location called spirit. It's just spontaneously appearing, and you'll know that that's the right thing, in a way. I hope you're understanding what I mean. Yeah. I don't even know yet if I'm gonna upload this. So yeah. But if I did, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. And have a great day.